Over the past 75 years, more than 10,000 chemicals have entered our food supply, but the EU allows just 300 additives. At Thrive Market, we prioritize quality, banning over 1,000 ingredients found in conventional grocery stores. Our Healthy Swap scanner helps you find better versions of your pantry essentials without the junk, dyes, or fillers, and everything is delivered right to your doorstep. So shop at a grocery store that actually cares about your health at thrivemarket.com/get-started for 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
Hello, and welcome to the World for Ravinia podcast, where we follow the tale of a group of college adventurers learning their trade in the classroom and real world at once. I am Dungeon Master Menvale. The party tries to deal with campus life in a world without Zindi Rain Mind in it, as they also say a final, proper farewell to her. Now let us return to the world of Ravinia. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, as I said, where we left off, Enrique, as you're getting ready to leave the prayer hall, we're going to pick up there because something was about to happen as you're walking out. I just need to grab my notes for it. Okay.
Do I need to roll a perception check, or will I notice it right away?
That note.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
see.
oh, sorry, sorry. I couldn't tell if that was Vincent or Enrique talking.
Oh, and Drake, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Because you said it's while I'm at the prayer hall, so I didn't know if I need to roll.
Yeah. No, you won't need to roll perception for this. Okay. So, Enrique, as you're leaving, you go to turn a corner and walk into someone going the other way. As you step back, you see this. sec. Let me
Oh, okay. Hi,
Apparently, I
it's
see it too.
everybody's
yeah, I
supposed to see
figured
it or
it's
just me?
just you because you're the only one there right now. Mara Stormwind in her new pinkish coloring very apparent. She stares at you as if searching your face for something in your face.
For everything that's happened, you'd probably pick up on that there's definitely something wrong with the look very solemn.
Would pick up on what?
Like, oh, I don't know if you can hear it. Like his face would be like almost what's the word? I said solemn, so like more like the normal like cheerfulness that he normally has is kind of like drained from him.
Okay.
It wouldn't take much to figure out that there's something severely wrong or something happened.
Okay.
Mara, what brings you to the prayer hall today?
She just sort of continues to stare at you for a moment and then begin shouting with tears running down her face. You failed her. Now we are lost. We cannot hold many more. She was to be our savior, not, not another curse. And her stare turns into a glare.
She was okay, so she said that she was to be their savior.
Yep.
Um, and Drake, I would probably avert his gaze and say low under his breath, I know. After she says that I failed her. I don't know if you heard what I said.
Uh, she heard, yeah. I'm gonna have you make a check. I'm just trying to decide if it should be perception or insight. I'm gonna say insight. Uh, it's gonna be a DC 18, so you're gonna need a 12 on the dice.
An insight check, you said?
Insight, yeah.
That's a 15.
So just short. You do notice the obvious physical change to her,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite the meaning of what that means.
So there's something interesting behind that. Okay.
Now I gotta check one thing.
Okay.
She starts speaking under her breath. In a language you don't know. And then sort of shoves past you, like shoulder bumping your shoulder as she walks past.
I'll stand there for a few minutes, then probably make my way to the
Mess hall?
yeah.
Okay. We'll say you get there at about 5 minutes in, but everybody else was there for 6. Everybody sits down, grabs your food. Anything that you need to discuss, feel free. As you wait for Andrakii.
I'm still a bit somber. So everybody at the table right now was with me during the negotiations with Null, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Vincent was not. Vincent was stayed in his room and was just meeting up with you guys.
Okay. So yeah, if Null is to be believed, and I don't know, he's a pretty trustworthy guy, we may be having a slightly more interesting life here at the college in the near future.
What happened?
Well, let's just say the help from the big girl were a little more invaluable than we realized. And now we may have entanglements with factions of the ETC.
Right, do I know who the big girl is?
The mother owlbear.
The giant mother
Oh.
owlbear.
Okay.
Anything else you feel you need to provide there, Quark?
Oh, did he give us tokens for everybody? Or access to his final tier store?
Oh, yes. Everyone should have access to it. Let me just make sure I've actually shared it with everybody.
Okay. So yeah, apparently we have access to Null's good stuff now.
Yeah, it should be shared with everybody. Let me just make sure I put it in everybody's shops. Okay, no, I didn't put it in everybody's. Let me just drag it over here. Close. All right.
I think you're sharing a little bit too much with everybody.
Oh no, it's everybody. It's all the same shop, so it's.
I got Vincent shops up on my screen.
Yeah, you can close that one. I was making sure he had it shared to him, and Drake, I should now have it. Gargan. Gargan already had it. And let me just check if Saul did. Yeah, Saul already had it. Okay. So yeah, Vincent was the only one that was missing because I didn't have you to click on easy. All right. Anything else anybody needed to share?
I'm just gonna look around to see if I'm noticing anybody that
If you
might
see
be
anything
familiar
in the
to me
shop.
in the.
Yes, and make sure you scroll down to the bottom of your page to check how much cash you have currently. Everybody else was here last session, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I think everybody has their
We didn't use the
cash
credit
updated.
that Null gave us, did we?
Uh,
I think we said we were going to hold on to it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
one sec. It might be in the party sheet. Because I think it was a total, not like per person, right?
Yeah, for the party.
All right, one sec. That might be listed on your party sheet. Oh, null credit. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you guys have an $800, 800 gold credit for any of the null shops. And with each higher level of his shops, not only do more items appear, the prices actually go down because you get a better discount. Okay. Well, Vincent's checking out the shop. Is there anything that the rest of you had to ask about or needed info about?
Yeah, can we? So we could make like an extra currency and call it Null's currency or something.
No, it's in the party sheet. We'll just deduct it
Oh,
if
it's in the
you go
party sheet.
shopping.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's an item there that just says null credit, and right now it has 800 gold value
it.
in it.
Yeah, it's basically
Okay.
like a gift card at this point.
Sure. And is Andraki back yet?
Yeah, and Drake would be at the mess hall now.
So I asked him how things went at the temple. Did you find what you were looking for?
Drake would just be kind of more looking at his food and just say more or less.
I don't push any harder. Out of character, I was hoping somebody else in the group had like insight to why she might be upset that I'm not aware of.
Okay. Technically, none of them were there, so if he's just staring at his food.
Just trying to right back.
Man, why is everybody down all of a sudden? What did I miss?
Yeah. Why so glum, chum?
I think Drake, I just went AFK.
He's hungry.
No, he was just
No.
staring at his food because he was hungry. Well, we're sitting here. I'm going to be just kind of being very observant of my surroundings in case I notice anything out of place.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Everyone or Vincent?
Just Vincent, because he's the only one who mentioned that he was trying to look out for anything out of the ordinary. And no, nothing really jumps out at you.
So, Quark, this ETC thing. Do I know who
Yes.
they are?
Yeah, they're the major trading faction in the East.
Oh, okay. So what problem are we running into there?
Oh, they may want to kill us with extreme prejudice.
Um, um, oh, because we took a owlbear mission.
No, But according to Null, that type of owlbear does come from across the sea, and if they believe that's where it came from, then they may have plug a trade route that is not under their control. And if they think that we are in on it, they may want to disappear us.
Looks like we should get ahead on that one.
Now, according to what we found out from Wilda, that doesn't appear to be the case, but that doesn't negate the fact that the EDC may perceive us to be a threat to their trade security. Apparently, the owlbear originated on this continent.
Man, I tell ya, you can't walk a step in this country without stepping in somebody's pie.
Well, I mean, that is the life of an adventurer. And as recent events have shown us, any one of us could have the opportunity of meeting our deity at any moment. Speaking of which, we are going to be getting together for a formal ceremony for Zen, yes.
Prayer.
Is that to me or was that to the rest of the group?
The rest of the group. I just don't know if Enrique is back, because he's kind of the one I'm looking at.
No, not back yet.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. That's more or less what Enrique was doing at the prayer hall. But knowing that she switched deities, not really knowing who I should get to perform the ceremony, because we know nothing about her new patron. I forget what she was before that. If she had a patron or not.
Previous patron, not really a patron. It's her deity of worship. It originally was the Great Oak, and she converted to the Gatekeeper.
Oh, that's pretty much what Enrique was doing, is seeing about if there's some sort of ceremony that we could get going, and if there's any way Derek could attend, but we know he's still kind of in hiding, right?
But you guys could send a letter to him. Although I believe not Martin the Wise,
I think Collingsworth
Martin
said.
the warrior instructor had said he would contact Derek.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Collingsworth that said that.
No, he called over Martin to. Of course, they're both named Martin.
Martin called Martin.
He called over Martin the dwarven warrior trainer to reach out to King Allhammer to make sure proper protocol is followed and ensure everything was handled, and letting Derark know.
I mean, do we need to consult with what's her name? The one that wanted us there.
The one that
One that raised it the first time.
oh, that was Mara.
Don't we need to consult with her?
Are you asking this at the table?
Yes.
And Drake, do you have any comments about that?
You can look for her, but I doubt she'll be too keen to talk to any of us. I met her at the prayer hall, and I think somehow she knows. I don't know how much of this word has been spread, but she seems to know.
That was all really scratchy.
Yeah, I can say I can hear that either.
Don't you think she would at least want to join us for like a normal, I don't know, send off? Maybe. I know from what I've met of her, I mean, she seems a bit intense, but
Yeah, we could ask her if we can find her. Hopefully she's still at the prayer hall. Because I'm not sure where she normally travels, other than she's usually around. Who is it? Is it Sarah that she's usually around?
Sarah and no, not that. It's usually Sarah and Cora. The three of them are almost always together.
Are they in the mess hall right now? Sarah and Cora?
Make a perception check.
Sure. At 20.
It takes a second looking through the crowd, but yeah, you spot them seated at a table along the back wall opposite you guys. Like you guys usually sit on, like when you come in, you'll go to the far right, closest to where the food is. They sit on the opposite wall, closest to the door.
Well, if it looks like they're having a discussion, I'll take a listen.
Are you going to get a little closer for that, or?
No. Let's see, what's it called?
Oh,
You gave me it's a cantrip. Let's see what Far hearing. Point in range, 120 feet. I can the magic will funnel directly in my ear, letting me hear things as though I was standing in that location.
So for 120 feet, you will have to get up and probably walk a row of tables closer to be within 120 feet. But yeah, you can do that.
Is there anything in that direction that would be normal, like one of the food tables or something?
The food is in the like back behind where you guys sit. It would actually be going another. How do I best explain the mess hall? Let me. Of course, everything I have is set up the opposite way. It's like I might actually move back. Oh, come on. Waiting on the blue circle.
What's that?
Waiting on the blue loading circle.
Because it sounds like I can get myself a little closer without stirring up too much suspicion.
Well, the dining hall is pretty full. It would just be a matter of, like, if I remember right, there's 5 rows of tables across. Each table is about a 10-foot space wide, and then there's usually a gap of another 5, so that's 15, with a center portion that allows for a 15-foot gap between the tables. So it'd just be literally a matter of going from you're in the last row of tables, you'd have to get up to the next row of tables to be able to hear.
All right. Is there any table that has like 2 spots?
Actually, I'll go off your previous. You do see a few, but you don't really know any of the people who are sitting at them right now.
I can.
Is Mara at the table? Because I know you said that Sarah and the other one were, but I don't know if you said Mara was or not.
So we'll say it's about 20 minutes in. I'm gonna roll a d8.
Oh, you want me to roll?
Anything but a 1, she's there now. So she is also there. So you do see okay, so yeah, with her there, what you see, you also see her new appearance. Compared to the last time you saw her with almost the ghost white face and the black streaks that run through her eyes. You notice that Sarah and Cora are more so talking to each other. What you see of Mara, she is just staring at the back of Andrakiai's head, from what you can tell. Glaring, staring daggers at him.
Oh, wait. At this point, I would probably be done eating, right?
Yeah, you'd probably be done about this time. You aren't a big eater.
No.
Compared to some of the people at the table.
Even if I was just sitting there kind of like picking.
All right, well, I grab a book. I go to any table within range where it looks like I could sit like on a
Okay.
like an outer corner, if you will, of the bench, and
Yep.
and sort of like as if I, basically I walk as if I want to just be alone and read my book and not listen to the yammering.
Okay. Let me just make sure you still have a book. Well, you have a book. You finished reading it already, but you do have a book you didn't return
Got
to
a
the
book,
library
yeah.
yet.
So you
If
brought a
I,
book that did it.
yeah, and if I have a cup with me, I'll take that too,
Okay.
and then just find a place to sort of sit down, sort of just settle
What's the
in
duration on
and
that
read.
spell?
It's let's see. It's a cantrip, so I assume I could repeat it, but let's see what it says. To the start of my next turn. But I suppose if I'm not in combat, I imagine I could recast it as often as I want.
Oh wait, is this Gargan?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was looking at Vincent. That's why I was like not seeing it. Semantic only. Okay. Action instantaneous. Until the start of your next turn, magic funnels. Okay. So it's 6 seconds that it lasts.
And then I mean, I imagine there's no. I mean, can I recast it as I go if I'm not doing anything else?
You can recast it, but if you're continually casting a spell over and over again, there is the chance somebody in this room is going to draw attention to it.
All right. Well, I'll do my best to do it discreetly, and certainly
Wait,
I'll sit down with this book.
I thought after the whole thing in the first state, magic isn't allowed to be cast in the mess hall anymore.
Offensive magic.
Oh, offensive magic only? I
Offensive
thought
magic
it's...
is blocked, yes, because the staff were getting pissed off that they had to keep going and getting ice because the magic that kept basically the magical fridges working had been blocked as well, and they basically finally threw a fit until somebody said, "Okay, we'll do something different."
Okay, I wasn't sure, and I didn't want us to have forgotten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now it's not even just the mess hall; it is the entire campus is under this thing where no physical damage can be inflicted and no offensive magical spells may function.
Okay.
Oh, then I have a procedural question.
What is it?
If I jump up really high and actively attack the ground, can it damage me?
You could try to find out.
Let's test that.
Can I listen to what they're saying first?
Yes.
Just in case they get distracted by this activity.
So what you hear is the first time you cast it, what you hear is Cora just saying to Sarah, to not feel down. Things will get better. And occasionally, actually, with that perception check you had, you also notice her eyes glance from time to time to Mara. Sarah definitely does not look her chipper, bubbly self. And it's just responding with, I understand. I just wish there was something I could do. Will you cast it again to continue listening?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. The second time, what you get is we have to leave tomorrow. We can't bring her with us because she's in a lower grade. We need to find somebody who can stick with her. And Sarah just starts naming off groups of people she thinks might be of assistance. And she names off a few different people. You do hear as she says someone's name. Some of them you know, some of them you don't. She names off somebody, and Cora reminds her they're dead. She says someone else, and Cora reminds her they left school. And finally, she's just sort of mumbles out, Bim? And you can see Cora, with your check, you see Cora sort of flinch at the name for a second and goes, we could ask? Make an insight check for me. DC actually wouldn't be that hard. I'd say it's about a DC 12. So based on this, the fact that they don't have a set list they could go to, it implies that Mara has not actually joined a party. Or doesn't really have friends per se in the freshman class, and hence why she's always hanging out with these two sophomores.
So Mara may not have joined a party.
Correct. And the fact that the year's almost done. Or if she did, that she's possibly the only one left at the school who was in it if she did join one. Especially with how they were going through names, and it's like, oh, they left the school, they're dead. uh,
I pause listening for a moment or two, kind of look into the book, have a drink, to try to, you know, not keep repeating it, but then
yeah.
maybe after two turns, I take another listen.
Okay. As you listen again, you hear Sarah saying, maybe I can go. And you can tell basically you're picking up this conversation now, not where it was left off at. Maybe I can go talk to Nymira to see if I can get her to help. And Cora saying, you might have better luck with Creela. But either way, we need to go meet up with Dax before tonight before we leave in the morning. Two of those names do sound familiar to you in Nymira and Priella. Dax, you don't know. Or at least the name doesn't ring a bell.
Right. Are they near one of the exits?
They're probably about 30, 35 feet from the exit. There only is one exit.
Well, how much time has passed since she's been doing this?
So
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm curious about how much time has passed with him eavesdropping.
This is what you listened for 2 rounds, then skipped 2, and then did 1?
Yep.
So it's about 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna leave my cup and start headed for the exit. I don't pay any attention to them at all. But I do I try to cast it as discreetly as I can and try to listen a couple more times as I just sort of walk to the exit to leave.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I won't ask, don't worry.
Okay. So as you're walking towards the exit, it doesn't take you long to get there. It's only going to take you. I'm assuming you're not moving at like combat speed and definitely not dashing.
Like a slow stroll.
Yeah, so I'd say it's probably going to take you 20, 30 seconds to get there. It's a little ways, plus you got to like jig-jag around tables and people. You hear they now seem to be more so discussing no longer on that topic. They seem to be on the discussion of their mission that they're leaving on in the morning.
What's that?
They seem to be moved on to the topic of their mission that they leave on in the morning. You hear them going on about a trip north, something about the mines, making sure that they have proper clothing and equipment, and that they need to make sure Dax stays sober. As you get her, considering you did horrible on that perception check, as you like basically lean against the door, you feel the door tug. Not so much tugged, more so you pushed through the door and into the hallway. And as you sort of turn once you're in the hall, you see what pushed you. Let me help if I grab the right thing. Nope, that's not the right thing. You look down and see Zorlet. Just staring up at you.
And Zorlin is. Oh, Zorlit. I remember that from way back. That's like one of the first names we've heard.
Yep.
2 years ago. Like one of the very first, actually.
Yep.
Would your last name happen to be Furwitz? Let's see.
You can see her fingers just dance on the hilt of her short sword.
Troublemaker Goblin. Let's see.
She's a leader of the Goblin troop that I met.
Finished second in the freshman rogue exam behind Sybil.
Normally just goes by Z.
At times, yes.
Well, I think that's more just what the goblins call her Z, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a few of them have very similar names. So tried to keep things.
So what's Ms. Furwitz doing?
She simply stares at you and goes, "What do you think you were doing?" And her fingers just keep dancing along the hilt of her sword.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you pull that dagger out, you better use it, and you're going to regret it. Otherwise, get out of my way.
Do we see this going on at our table?
Nope, they're out in the hall, just the two of them.
Okay.
Is my hearing sensitive enough to hear what he said?
From the table, over 100 feet across the room, full of a few hundred people eating.
I didn't think it was that far away.
No. Your hearing is definitely not that good to pinpoint this. And she sort of gives you a smile with one fang hanging out down her face. And says, sort of pulls the blade up a bit so you can see. What you see is along her short sword are blatant, obvious runes that she wanted you to see.
Can I interpret them?
Sure. Make a read runes check.
A what check?
Read runes. You do have that ability.
Oh, read runes. Okay. Cool.
Considering she doesn't show all of them, only the first 3 on the blade, which obviously also implies that it is not just a dagger, based on how much of it is still covered. I'm going to say the DC is 15.
15. And what is my closest? Oh, here it is. Arcana read runes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means I can add a brilliant academic to that. Let's see.
If you need it to,
If I need to. Uh-oh.
and you apparently will.
Needing to. Yes.
Uh, you can only make out the first two. The third one is sort of half cut off, still in the hilt, and then whatever might be past there. The two you make out are death and overpower. And she just says, if I wanted to harm you, unlike most here, I could. What were you casting in that room?
Sorlet, you'll find me to be a better friend than enemy. We've had no issues with each other. Yeah, I'm not sure why you need to start. I think you're a little paranoid.
Okay. At that statement, you watch her eyes flare with anger. I am.
I'm not what?
I know what I saw.
You don't understand. I don't give a shit.
I do not know you. I know some of your comrades. Two of which I trust. You are no different than any other in there who would do something that they should not.
Zorla, if you need my help with something, just ask for it.
And instead of her hand just dancing along, you watch her fist grip the handle of her weapon, and you see the runes start to glow. I ask one last time. What manner of trickery do you unleash?
What's it to you?
You cast your eyes in the direction of my family, your magic dancing along. I will not bury any more of my brethren.
Your family? What are you talking about? I have I have no interest in your family and certainly don't mean any ill will to
You
them.
were looking at them.
I was looking at half the people in the whatchamacallit in this place. And by the way, just out of character, I don't need to look at let me see. Let me make sure that's true.
No, that's sort of the point. You weren't paying attention to what was going on, and the way you were walking, you walked directly staring at her cousin's table in trying not to look at where you were going. That's what you were making a perception check to notice.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then her getting up when you clearly were
Yeah.
just continually facing this one direction.
Oh, my friend. All right. All right. As much as it wasn't my plan to engage you with this, I could see your concern, and I think I understand. Um, let me. I was I was listening, not casting anything on you, and I could prove it.
You can see the muscles in her hand relax and the runes go dark again. How?
Hmm? Dude, everybody
Prove it
here is
how?
magic. Everybody here has some skill or not. I mean, you look like you're very skilled at killing things. Well, I'm quite skilled at hearing shit.
Before you say the second part of that, you see a big smile cover her face.
I'm sure you're quite good at it, yeah, and I respect you for it. But sometimes listening to stuff is helpful too. And like I said, if you ever need my help, it's yours. But here, I'll stand right here. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Step step like whatever, like 30 feet away and whisper something. And you'll see the exact movements.
Okay? He will walk backwards, not taking her eyes off of you.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I then turn to the side so that I'm facing like the wall and not her family or her.
Well, you're out in the hall, so nobody's in the room.
Yeah, but I'm making it clear that I don't have to look at what I'm
Yeah.
messing with. So I look at something else. I let her see what I was doing,
Wait,
and
does it require line of sight?
no, that's what I just checked.
Okay.
I think. Let's see. Let me make sure that's what I was looking before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a point
yeah,
within
don't have
range.
to see
Okay.
it. Yeah, so I look away, which comes back.
Yep. You hear her in a very whispered tone say, "Do you want to be number 205?"
All right. When she comes back, I say I would prefer not to be number 205, but if you ever need my help, it's yours. But
He
seriously,
slides the blade back into the sheath. And before she puts a hand on the door, but before she opens it, she just turns and says, "Be more careful next time."
Understood.
Raises an eyebrow and says, "I'm not the only one that noticed," and walks back into the mess.
All right. Now, are there other entrances?
There is only the one entrance.
All right. Well, maybe I leave to take a leak and come back.
All right, so we'll say you're gone about
And
5 minutes.
I
Anybody
join the
doing
group.
anything in those 5 minutes that he's gone?
Not really, but I think I'm gonna, wrap up and get ready to go to bed.
Okay.
And when I do get back,
At
of course, I'll
6:30 in the
update
afternoon.
everybody. I'll update, and when I get back, I'll update everybody.
Okay.
Well, as per usual, I'm gonna go out and do an hour of quote unquote calisthenics.
Oh God, your cardio.
Are Sarah and them still in the mess hall?
Sarah and Cora are still there with Mara. By the time you get back, it's now 6:30. You can see they appear to be done eating, and occasionally, are you still casting, or are you just sort of glancing?
Oh no, this isn't Dracula asking.
Oh, yeah, they are still there. You see them. If you're doing this while he was out in the hall, then yeah, they are just sitting there, conversing.
Okay. In
Are you
Dracula, I would.
turning around to face that way? Because your back was to them.
Yeah, I turn around, face them, and
Make a perception check, DC 10.
of course I get an 8.
You
Cool.
know more or less where they're sitting, but through the bodies, you don't see anything.
Okay, because I knew where they were sitting before when I had that 20. Of course, I go from a 20 to a 4. In Dracula, I would probably get up, clear his like plate or whatever he had. He would go over to the table, look Mara dead in her, like right at her, and tell her that we are planning a service of some sort for Zin, and you're more than welcome to accompany if you wish. Then I leave the mess hall, headed towards the dorms.
As you're walking by, Cora and Sarah just stop talking completely. Sarah sort of side-eyeing Mara, and Cora just looking at you with her mouth dropped open.
After that, I would turn, head towards the door, and then head towards the dorms.
Okay.
Is the library still open?
Yeah, library until 9 o'clock. So you got 2.5 hours till it closes.
Okay. Some of the the information on some of the books are like smushed together. I can't read what they are, but I'll let
Okay.
everybody else do what they want to do first.
Like, are you looking at the library shop itself?
Yeah, the library level 3 access.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else doing anything before they head back to the dorms for the night?
For the next hour, I'm going to go out to
Yeah,
the nearest set of woods and practice some acrobatics and the use of slow fall.
Okay.
I thought he was going to test attacking the ground to see if it hurts him.
All right. And yeah, I'd say Saul would just go back to her room as well. All right, Vincent, what's the name of the book you wanted to?
Siski's Guide to Stalking.
Okay. Let me open that. Yeah, that's like really condensed.
Yeah, what's my status in the book world too?
That's the description that you get. Basically, from the back of the book, that would be a brief, just snippet.
Okay. Would that give me like added to stealth or
You wouldn't know what the ability that it does is.
okay? I'm gonna snatch it up.
Okay.
I could probably just do that from the shop.
Yeah, just add it to your inventory. No fee. You sign it out for. They'll actually let you sign it out. Books are due back, which is the 20th of next month. So all
All right.
books that are currently out need to be in by then, or you'll be billed double the price of the book.
Oh my. Okay. And then I'm gonna go to my room and start setting up traps inside my room.
Okay. 1 second.
And after my exercises, if I haven't already completed it, I'd like to finish off the owlbear book.
And does my dorm room have a window?
Yes, all Doom rooms have a window.
Okay, because I'm gonna be planning like escape routes and stuff, and probably set up like little forts.
What's my book status?
Who was that?
Gargan.
Let me see here. What books do you still have out? So you have two. You have the Owlbear book and the Wondrous Creatures book, both out.
And how far along am I?
The Owlbear book, you're probably 3/4 of the way through. The Wondrous Creatures, you are less than 1/4 of the way through.
All right. So I'll work on those in my free time.
Okay. All right. So Quark's going off, and you wanted to finish the Owlbear book? You said, Quark.
After my exercises, yeah, or at least try to finish it.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be by the time you guys go to actual bed. Yeah, you'd be able to probably finish it tonight. All right. Let's say it's 30 minutes to get through your stuff. And was anybody else going to the library? If not, I can close this shop. All right. Close that. All right.
Did you take the book I finished out of my inventory? Because I thought I said I returned it right after we got back. Not the Gisbin's guide. What was it? Oh, simple weapons and how to craft. This is Indrika, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Well, if I didn't, I'll do it now because I think I've already added the weapons to your list of things you can craft, right?
No, you actually, I don't know. Where would that be under my skills?
It'd be under journals, and I might have not added the actual record over to you yet. 1 sec. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'll have to double check what ones I'm missing here because right now I only see 4, and I feel like more weapons you're able to craft. That.
Simple weapons there are. Oh,
Well, yeah, I'm basically like, why am I? No, get rid of that to that. Well, and it'd have to be something that actually uses steel.
all of it? It's all for steel?
One, two, 3, 4, 5. One sec. I think. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to make sure I get. I'll have all of them ready for you by next session. And you'll have a new journal record there showing what your blacksmithing recipes are.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll just put it in a story so I have it easy to find. Okay. All right, so back to your rooms after that. Most of you usually. Did I do that? I put 1 hour too many.
Yep.
I put 1 hour too many. So basically, 11 o'clock is when most of you guys usually go to bed. So you'll have 4 hours reading time. Let me just account for that. Three hours for you, Quark, because you spent an hour in the woods. But that will still be enough to finish off your book. I'll go over what that means in a minute. And Drakei, you were. So you're reading Gisbin's then, right?
Correct.
Okay. Gargan, what were you reading? Out of the 2 books you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish off. I'm just gonna finish off whichever is. It looks like I'm mostly through the
Okay.
Owlbear, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to knock that out, and then continue with the other one.
Okay. And for Vincent, you just got your book. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that'll get us through till morning. All right. Getting up in the morning. Anything you guys have
That's supposed to be
planned
7 a.m.
for? What happened? Why is this?
You shot to the fourth day of Vilcor is at noon.
Hey, okay. Hmm. Okay, now it's making even less sense why I keep saying PM if I just minused out 12 hours.
We're on a really small planet, so it rotates
It's
fast.
it's immune.
Okay, and then it does
Yep.
not like double-digit numbers. That's the issue.
We're on the Kai's world.
All right. So the next morning, considering you guys missed out on a lot of class time last week, what are you guys up to this week?
Well, first, I don't seem to have access to Null's full shop in my journal.
Oh, journal. Okay, I knew I was missing one. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I didn't.
Right.
I thought mine was up to date too, and I didn't realize.
I thought I remember you saying that you already had it. Okay, there you go.
And I'm gonna visit the quartermaster's office so I can unload some weight from my coin pouch.
If we get together for breakfast, obviously I'll share what I learned from before.
Before I leave my room, I'm gonna put on a disguise.
Okay. Oh, what was it you were going to do, Vincent?
I'm gonna disguise myself before I leave my room.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna try to sneak into the mess hall to grab some breakfast before I go and hide somewhere before classes start. Hey, Quark, where are you doing that from? Doing the exchange.
I opened up the parcels window. There are individual exchanges for the different currencies. You drag the one you want to do over to your actual currency thing, and it makes the exchange automatically.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's a reasonable coin pouch weight. Good grief. Who the hell carries around a 16-pound wallet?
That's why we call them pouches.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean mine up too because I just realized that I have a lot of gold weighing me down.
We all do.
Yeah, turning that all into platinum probably a better idea.
Okay, after doing some money exchange, I'm going to head over to the library to turn in the owlbear book, and
Is there a mechanism to, like, if you don't want to do the entire amount, to put in a specific amount?
if you drag it over, it makes a single exchange. You'd basically just do, in the case of what Andreka is doing, if you drag it over and drop it on your gold, it exchanges 10 gold for 1 platinum, each one.
Right. But if you want to, let's say you want to do like most of it, but not all of it, is there a way to do
Then
that?
you have to do it one by one.
Or manually, or all right.
Or you just tell me and I can convert it.
Or
Yeah.
you can reset.
Yeah, that might be faster if you just convert
Yeah.
it.
Could you just convert like 700 gold to platinum? That's what, 70 platinum?
70, yeah. So I can just get to your inventory.
And I'll do 600 for me.
Yeah, it's going to leave myself with like only 200 gold, and the rest go to platinum and drink. Yeah, I can wait until everybody else has done theirs first.
All right, so I'm done Vincent and Andrakei.
How come it's only showing 6 platinum?
Wow, that increased my
It
weight.
takes a second to refresh.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And
And
also, if you're still in your inventory for your items, go to any other tab and then back, and it should refresh.
Okay.
if you could just exchange 600 gold pieces for me to
For you as
platinum.
well. Okay.
Oh, that actually increased my weight.
Works.
It increased your weight?
Yeah, I was at like 38 or something like that, and it went to 41. Oh, you know what? Never mind, because I didn't have a book before, and that's what the. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm being dumb.
Okay.
It's still showing I only have 6 platinum and 8 gold.
There. Better?
Yes, much. Like, please don't make me broke.
No,
you.
I think I went over to fix the 600 before I finished typing the platinum first, that's all.
Oh, okay.
It really does not like it when you try and multitask.
Nope. And at the library, would the Herbalist's Guide to Survival be too remedial for me, or no?
One sec, let me go to... Is that level 1?
It's a level 2 book.
level 2 book. Like, I'm just gonna check what it does again. No, it's definitely one you could learn.
Okay, I'll check that out then.
Okay. So yeah, just add it to the shop and it's a 0 price, so.
And how do I check out, or sorry, check the owlbear book back in then?
Oh, I have to do it.
Okay. Then my backpack, which is in the chest, which is in my room.
Okay. Oh, and I did need to do one thing first then. I need to actually give you what it does.
Okay.
Okay, and let me get rid of that from your inventory. Okay.
So that'll just be a general ability, or
It's more so just a bonus. If you just want to add it somewhere, note it so you can remember about it.
okay, I'm gonna add it in the same effect features area in the abilities tab,
Okay.
right next to where my +2 to nature check when identifying plants from New Hope.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, is there a journal entry for the classes that we are taking?
It's not a journal entry. I was thinking about switching it to that. It should be in your inventory
Okay.
There should
under
be a
your
schedule in
schedule.
your inventory.
But yeah, it's probably easier just to move all that to a journal entry for you guys because it does not like it when I go to change them anyway. So let me just new entry. There you go, Vincent. I just made yours a journal entry called Vincent Skills Lab classes.
Oh, cool. Thank you. And how do we make up for the time that we lost?
Uh,
Do we attend different
it's just
classes
lost
or
this week. So you
okay?
basically lost a week worth of classes.
Well, we finished up the week before we left, and now we just have to do extra work now to finish up our week this week.
Okay.
What am I missing? Something is still wrong here. Okay. Anything else anybody needs to take care of before we get through your class hours this week?
For Vincent, he's gonna try to approach each of his teachers and let them know that he's attending, but he's got some family issues, so he needs to hide. And So he's hoping that it won't be logged that he's there, or he doesn't have to do roll call or something like that. But he'll turn in notes to prove that he's been there.
Okay.
In JK, in between, when he had a chance between classes, would probably stop by the prayer hall to make sure everything for Zin's, like, I guess, memorial or whatever we're doing is well underway.
Yeah, if you're stopping by the prayer hall to check in with them, they state that the service will be performed tomorrow night at midnight. So not this night at midnight, but the next night when it turns midnight to go to the next day.
Okay. We're able to buy alcohol now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when Drake gets a chance, he would probably get something to at least do a toast in Zin's honor.
Okay.
Few. Few drinks. And you said Sarah and them were going to be gone today or at the end of the week?
They are leaving this morning.
Okay, so that means I got to look for Mara in order to tell her.
Well, Mara's still there. Mara
No,
isn't
I
part of
mean
their
that.
party.
I know that. I meant like find her on campus to tell her when the ceremony and all that's going to be.
All right. So if I can get somebody, one second, let me get the thing up. Somebody to roll a d20.
I'll do it.
Actually, get two of you to roll them. Okay. All right, Quark, can I get you to roll a d12 for me?
Revenge of the Squirrel.
No. Somewhere between your running around doing your stuff, probably when you were doing your calisthenics and stuff, you have damaged one of the library books you have out. It needs to be repaired in some way. And the repair cost is 1/10 of the price of the book.
Oh,
If
Okay.
only we had a wizard with mend.
Is he going to tell the rest? Never mind. I'll leave that one alone.
my
It's
library
3 gold.
book. Okay. So I guess it would have had to have been damaged while we were out on the owlbear hunt.
Actually, it's the one you just got.
Oh,
That's been in my room the entire time after I checked it out.
Well, then something happened to it in your room.
Right? And how much
I
does it cost?
I can't help what you did.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
I get
just-
it. I'm a cat, but still.
it's a very old book.
Yeah, it was ripped or smudged in some way and needed to be repaired for you to finish reading it.
Okay, and how
So-
much does it cost?
3 gold.
I just have to pay 1/10 of that, or
Well, no, it's 3 gold is the repair cost. The book is
Oh.
actually 33 gold,
Okay.
so I just deducted the 3 from you.
that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
that's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless he told the party. I don't think anybody can really help him.
In my eagerness to level up survival in nature, I aggressively read the book.
He's still dirty from doing his cat aesthetics.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. More so, still dirty and smudged dirt from his paws onto the book.
Sometimes you just can't help needing things.
Okay. All right, that'll get us through. So that gets us up to there. So it's the day before the weekend. Anything you guys have planned for this week?
So there's still 8 rations in the party sheet. If I was able to snatch those, I would have been putting them around in different hiding spots in campus. And at some point, I tried to approach Quark, maybe while he's doing
Well, I'm
his.
not sure if they're on the party sheet, they would have been left on the wagon. So unless you guys left them on your wagon in the stables unattended, or you guys would have pulled them back
Yeah,
up and
we
distributed
need
them
to
back
find a
out between
system for
yourselves.
that.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I just saw them in the party sheet. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know
anything
how many of those
in
were
the party
actually
sheet
mine.
is usually stuff that was left on the wagon,
Oh, okay.
unless you're telling me where you're putting it.
Okay. Well, when we came back and I found this note in my box, I would have been like, I'm gonna grab these rations. If we can backdate it, if that's fine.
Speaking of which, do we still have that pelt from the owlbear?
Yeah, I just don't know what you guys were doing with it.
Is that the one that Wilde analyzed?
Yes.
Oh. All right, I'll take that to null then.
Okay. Yeah, because that was included in the credits he gave you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right, so that is
I mean,
gone.
as for the jewels, who here does jewelry? who here needs jewels as for crafting or components.
I probably would have said we would have stuffed them in the Jeffers bag, wouldn't we? Because we kind of trade off who carries the Jeffers bag at a time. I thought we were
That's actually a decent idea.
Yeah, because I thought we were thinking to keep them just in case we ran into an issue where we had to use jewels as currency rather than money.
Yeah, same thing for the credit shit from Null.
Well, I think that's just so that we know that it's there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's tangible.
No, it kind of would be. It would be kind of like, the medieval version of a gift card.
Like probably like a pass or like a talisman or something. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have the Jeffers bag, so I guess we could put all that stuff in there.
Sure.
I don't know who would want the crowbar.
I think one of those at least is Vincent's. He just couldn't afford the weight when you guys were actually out.
So he could just probably put the extra crowbar in his
in my room.
In his room, yeah. Because usually I leave the Jeffers bag in my dorm unless we're going out on an adventure. Which I just realized I have not put that back in my room. But I'll wait until everything's moved over.
I don't remember how many. I had a lot of rations. I don't remember how many of these are mine in the party sheet.
I know I have 5 of my own. I think we just bought a bunch because
I personally purchased like 10 and have eaten 5 since.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you probably asked me for them because you need them,
if they were in the cart, I would be like, "Hey guys, you mind if I grab these rations?"
Or even if they got wound up in the Jeffers bag, I'd be like, "Okay, here you go."
Thanks, appreciate it.
You wouldn't really question why you need them. I'd just be like, "Okay, yo, the party ate rations." Pretty soon we're gonna have to look for a bag of holding. Jeffers' bag is gonna get pretty full.
Oh, and don't we need new tents?
No, we still have a large tent, and I think we should still, in my dorm, I think we still had 1 tent. Let me just double check.
Because I know we shredded a few for the traps, but
yeah, but I thought we bought those separately for that reason. Oh yeah, there's still another large tent that would be in my dorm. It's because originally we bought a bunch of tents because we had a bigger party, right? Now we're down to enough that a large tent would fit all of us, I think. It's what, 6 people can fit in them?
I believe so.
Sleeps 4. So if we just use 2 large tents, and we have a lot of wiggle room in case we have to,
Well, I
accompany
suppose
people.
technically we are 4. 3 plus 2 small creatures.
True.
Fair.
I'd say, yeah, you guys could squeeze in if you needed to. Plus, most of the time, if you're using a tent, somebody's probably on watch.
Somebody's on watch, yeah.
Yeah, so we could, we'll just keep the extra tent in my dorm, I guess, because I already have it in my inventory.
Okay.
If we ever ruin the other tent, then we have a backup.
Alrighty, as for the weekend, aside from cramming to get our classes done, I'd like to cram some reading for my new book here after I repair it.
How much time do we have after we do our school cramming?
12 hours out, plus your timing, your actual classes. You've got a couple hours each day. And all classes are done by 6, so from 6 o'clock until bedtime minus when you're eating.
Okay. And Vincent won't be going back to the chow hall, but he's gonna like hide outside of it and wait until he sees Quark leaving to go do his nightly exercises and try to
Okay.
talk to him.
Oh, so we are putting all the gems in my inventory in the Jeffers bag, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So Vincent, this is getting up to the 8 a.m. on the morning of the 8th. The night of the 7th, you would have been able to catch Quark going out for his after meal exercise.
Okay. And I'm gonna like sneak in the shadows and be like, hey, Quark.
I just kind of freeze in what I'm doing and turn my head to look over him, give him kind of like the 1,000-mile, the 1,000-yard stare, and then like, what?
Hey, so could you do me a favor? I could pay you a few platinums if you just get some food for me from the chow hall and hook me up later.
Why? You do know where the cafeteria is.
Yeah, it's best if I'm not seen around right now.
Who did you piss off?
There's a long silence and then a sigh. He says, it's a family thing that I've been trying to avoid for the last my entire life. And it's best if I avoid them.
So your family is hunting you on campus?
They're- they're- I don't know. They're trying to drag me into something. A bit of a family feud.
Is this the reason you keep trying to raise an army of children wherever we go?
Oh, no, that's just me trying to raise an army of children that'll grow into adults and become a really great benefit to the future.
All right, you don't need to pay me. I'll go get you something. Any preferences?
Whatever's easiest. I'm fine. I've got some rations to last me. I've been eating on, so I just don't want to drag you all into some shenanigans.
You mean like you're dragging me into shenanigans right now?
And well, I mean, you've already been probably dragged into it. I'm just trying to avoid more of it. That's why I'm willing to pay you. I'm gonna throw out a couple platinums towards him
I
and then
don't need
disappear.
payment. All right. What time is it right now? That it was the evening of the 7th.
Yeah, it's technically the clock is going to say that it's 8 a.m. on the 8th, but this would be around probably 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock on the night of the 7th.
All right, I'll head into the cafeteria, see what's portable.
I'm small. Some fruits and berries. Some nuts.
Are there any smoked meats?
Yeah, they would have this time of year they have smoked chicken right now.
All right, I'll get a ration of smoked chicken, some hard biscuits, and a couple of handfuls of berries.
Do you ever serve the owlbear meat that we gave them?
They have not yet.
Because it's still saying that the meat chunks are in the Jeffers bag. Which I'm like, no, we
They
gave.
shouldn't be.
I was like, no,
Nope.
we gave those.
No, you gave them over. I was
Break
probably
guys'
pulling
inventory,
just
yeah.
from the. Wait, are those meat chunks from the owl bears?
It's the only meat chunks we've ever had.
How much weight is it?
We have 10
Half
of them,
pound.
and they're about half a pound each.
No, I think these were actual chunks of meat you got from something else. I think you were originally going to use them for bait on the traps.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Still, we would have used them.
Yeah, for the traps. Because I wasn't here for that session.
Yep, then that's why I didn't pull them off your sheet.
Okay, that makes sense. You can take them now.
Because I was focusing on Vincent's sheet for anything to do with the traps. Forgetting that he can't kick that, because that still would have been 5 pounds. That would have been a decent chunk of what you could carry.
Yeah, I was looking for them in the party sheet too, because I thought we still had, but I don't recall if I collected them or not afterwards.
So does Vincent's meal cost me anything?
No.
Okay. I'll just wrap it up in kind of like a cloth and tie it in, little bento bag, and I'll take it back to him.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Here you go.
Thanks. Just you can let everybody know if you happen to see anybody that kind of has my appearance looking around. It's best just to run away and not talk to them.
You are attending classes, aren't you?
Yeah. Just on the low.
Okay. Let me know if you're in any danger.
Thanks. And then I'm going to slip off into the darkness.
So for the next little while, as I encounter the rest of our party members, I just tell them that Vincent's acting weird.
Yeah, and you'll notice
More
that he
than
hasn't
usual.
been. Yeah, more than usual, and you'll notice he hasn't been like
Yes, more
showing
than
up at all.
usual.
He hasn't. He's like not being around at all.
I'm not going to tell them why, though.
So other than doing classwork, my character would be reading his book while hiding away.
Yep. Did you ever roll your disguise kit check?
I did. It was. Let me scroll up.
Yeah, there's a lot of the gold changeovers here.
I got a
grabbing
a
of rations. So
I got a 20.
okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing a 20.
And then I did
Okay,
do a
perfect.
stealth roll, which was 14. And that was just to get the meal for that first night out of the chow hall, but I could do other stealth rolls if I need to.
So for the end of the 8th day, for my training, I'm going to practice pouncing techniques.
Okay.
So when's the memorial again? Is it tonight?
So yes, that would have already passed, but we'll go over and cover what happened there in a minute.
Was I able to find Mara? I wouldn't say your name, but
You didn't find her before, but she does show up for the memorial.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was still going to come up. I would have tried to approach Android guy about that to let him know that I'll be there, but I won't be seen.
So never buying onion salt again.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, is she going to have like a grave or something, or a memorial?
No grave. considering
If-
there's no body.
And
No.
if they were going to do anything like a site or something, it'd probably be where her home is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I need to check. What was actually in her room? That didn't get destroyed on her person.
Yeah, all of her good stuff got destroyed with a bunch of gold.
Couldn't you have done something better than disintegration?
Well, there were multiple traps. They all had different spells.
You know, one that didn't disintegrate her horse.
She just got lucky and got the one that killed her the fastest.
And cleanest.
Yes, because if she had set off the fireball one, it would have triggered all the other traps because they were all within the blast radius.
Oh,
So
then
it
we
would
all
have
would have
been
died.
it would have been 2 fireball spells, a disintegration spell, a lightning bolt.
So what you're saying is
something
that
else.
if we try to leave the game, you're going to try to TPK us.
No,
Just a little.
this is why everybody was out at the front gate. Like, what was all that? Because you set off every one of the traps. That was the only one that you guys stepped on instead of triggering it yourselves. Yeah, all of her letters were gone too. Yeah, the only things that were left in her closet were her little black dress, her fine noble wear, a hand crossbow, and her elven light blade.
Well, the little black dress would definitely go to Soul.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true, probably.
Well, I don't know if Quark and
That's
Gargan
kind
want a
of
little black dress.
Yeah, our party member died. Here's a
wouldn't
little
fit
black
me.
dress she used to wear. You can have it.
Wouldn't fit me. I'm like half her mass.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll move the little black dress over to Saul. The light blade will be returned to her family. So there's just the hand crossbow with 20 bolts. And her noble wear, because it has the emblem of House Thunderwater, will also be returned to her family. So yeah, all there is the hand crossbow and 20 bolts. So I'll just drop them in the party treasure for now. Yeah, that'd be, I think, everything. Anything else left in her? Nope, she does have 7 days rations that she left in her room as well. Sorry, 9 days of rations.
So who would have access to actually go through her things? Us, or wouldn't the school be doing that?
Clemis probably would have gone through it, most likely with Saul there. Okay, so that's taken care of. So there is once again 9 rations in the party treasure. that you guys can split up however you feel like. But so the night of the service is actually being led by Lazar. Gargan and Vincent, you two for sure would know who this is. Saul would as well. And Drakei and Quark, you might remember when Zin died the first time. Do you remember a wall of force that separated you guys from being able to get to the body when Mara first started doing whatever she was doing?
Yeah.
This, he is the one that cast that.
Oh, okay, fun.
And one sec, it just froze again because I'm getting it to refresh the party inventory. There we go. Oh, I guess I can probably help Saul out a little bit too with this. Get rid of some of the extra weight she's carrying. I realize everyone else converted their stuff except. Oh, Quark, you still have over 300 gold. Is that intentional?
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, I stopped when I wanted to.
All right. So yeah, Lazar leads the service. That started at midnight. Going over the teachings and writs of the Gatekeeper. And Drakei,
Yes, sir.
can I get you to make a religion check?
Sure.
I don't know if anybody else is even proficient.
I'm studying, but not yet proficient.
Yeah.
Of course, something I'm really proficient in. Like an 8.
Let me check if Saul. Nope, not proficient either. Okay. Well, let's see here. I'll give her a. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's. Oh god, what is her deity? So yeah, Saul will definitely note this is extremely different from her own face way of doing things. By a clear country mile. You do note more than once Mara flinches during the ceremony. Anybody that can see at night, give me a perception check. So I think it's everyone but Gargan. Or, Park, do you have dark vision? Yes, you do.
Yep.
Okay.
I could cast it if I had to.
So even with dark vision, this would have been very hard to spot. So it actually is only Quark and Sol. A few times when she flinches, you do notice that her eyes flicker back to that pure black color instead of this almost rosy pink that they've become. And whenever they do, the tears that she was shedding change from what looked like normal tears back into that black liquid goo dripping down her face. Uh,
Does she appear to have any like strain, or is she like struggling with something? I mean, aside from normal grief.
it's hard to say. Definitely, this appears to be some form of grief, but there is. Mar isn't exactly normal to begin with, so. Uh, Quark, give me an insight check.
Oblivious.
Yeah, it's grief would be your best guess. You can't really pick up anything else. It's just when you see it here and there, it sort of just catches you off guard for a second, and then okay, you remember that. Oh yeah, it's Mara.
But nothing to set off any sort of innate danger sense.
No, nothing like that. No, nothing of that nature.
Nothing that would resonate with my Fey like nervous sense. Like,
Oh God, no. And before you ask, Gargan, no, you don't have any Fey things detected either from it.
Got it.
Uh, Vincent,
Yes, sir.
give me here. Oh, never mind. I misread your stuff. I feel like. Oh, that's why it was. It was Zin. Never mind. I'm like, I know somebody had this ability, and it was Zin. So it is not too helpful now. Okay. So yeah, the service definitely goes different than what any of you are used to. Uh, there's definitely a lot more fire involved than what you're used to at a funeral. And at least half of the service is in a language none of you are familiar with. Oh, actually, I knew somebody had something. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. People keep changing their stuff around. All right. So yeah, ceremony goes off without a hitch. It lasts about 45 minutes. And gathered there were the party, Mara, Lazar,
This Fawn Hopper, probably.
Miss Von Hopper would have been there. Karen and Tiny. And Quincy. Very small service. Sort of a showing of how private Zin really was. And Drakei, give me a perception check.
Sure. Because I've been rolling so good with those lately. Come on, another nat
DC
20.
is going to be 15.
Oh, nat 20, please. Of course not. Fucking force.
Because you asked for it.
Yeah, that's ceremony finishes and the professors that are there, Quincy and Lazar, sort of advise everyone that they should head back to their dorms. And yeah, so we get up to the next morning when y'all wake up. In the meantime, let me see here. Quark, can
Yep.
I get you to roll 2d8s plus 5? Okay.
No fur standing on end.
No. I just needed to get something from you there.
When we got back to the dorm, I probably would have offered everybody a drink for memory of Zin. Of the party. Forgot that I actually was supposed to have gone and got alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Who's this? Andrakei?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Vincent wouldn't be there. He'd have been hiding off somewhere in one of his hiding spots.
I left a shot outside the dorm room. Dorm.
It will be gone by morning.
All right, so in Drakei, I will drop this on your sheet.
Yeah, please.
And I will take the payment for it. So you have a bottle of whiskey that holds 25 shots.
Mhm.
And when I can find it on your sheet, there it is. I'm just going to put in brackets 25. How many ever you pour, just count them off and keep your counter going to reduce that as you go.
Okay.
Was anybody else picking up anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I just couldn't remember if anybody else said they were buying any booze. Okay.
How far away from the college was the location where she died?
About an hour.
Okay. Fizz is gonna take the shot that was left outside, and he's gonna sneak over to that place and pour it out on the ground. And he's gonna take out his fake gem, and he's gonna be like, "Well, I didn't get to know you, but it's really a regret that I never got to pull you into any shenanigans because you seem like you would have been really fun to play along with." I'm gonna leave the gem there at her death side and then sneak back to the college.
Okay, so you're gonna do this that night?
Yeah.
Okay. They've somewhat repaired the road, but there is still definitely some wear and tear to the road itself. So you can easily find the spot where it was.
Yeah, I'll just make a little like memorable thing on the off to the
Okay.
side.
All right. Andrakii,
Yes.
do me a favor and roll 4d8s for me.
Jeez. 4 of them?
Yep. Okay. Gargan, do me a favor and roll 2d10s plus 7.
All right.
Okay. Uh, okay. Vincent, can you roll 3d8 plus 4 for me? All right, and then okay. Yes. I tried to account for what some of you can get away with in class and how focused you are in general.
Didn't want to say it out loud just in case it wasn't. Then it's like, no. This is how quickly you die.
Right?
Also, some of you can sleep less than others, so
I'm
That's
just
fair.
willing to see what kind of books you destroy.
all right. So yeah, we're on the last day before the weekend for the first week of the month. Anything you guys need to do before you enter the weekend?
I did happen to notice the calendar is not advancing.
Because the calendar already advanced
Yeah,
up
we kind
to
of
the
went.
next morning after Vincent's interaction with you, which was the day after the funeral.
Right, it's just usually when you post it in the chat, it syncs to the actual calendar.
Yes, I jumped the calendar ahead from your random rolls.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
refresh it because it was showing the 3rd for me, and now it shows the 7th.
Oh, it should be showing the 8th.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Okay. Okay. So we're on the 8th. Is there anything you guys need to do? It should refresh when I get it to midnight.
Guardian, you said you told us everything that you overheard. The conversation, right?
Yes.
Okay. After hearing that, if I had time, I'd probably look around for Mara, just to kind of keep an eye on her.
Okay. Yeah, I talk about the conversation. I also tell you guys about the interaction with Zorlik. The whole man.
Yeah, I would have probably told you that's not a big surprise with Zorlit.
Yeah.
If she thinks that you're dangerous to her family, she's gonna go extreme.
Oh, and Drakei,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to check. I think I added them over to you.
Hmm.
Yeah, your recipes are now on your journal. They should be near the bottom for some reason. I don't know why.
Smithing recipes. Okay, yeah, I see them. I just need to get smithing tools and that, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
let me check. I
Access
will
to a
remove
smith.
that book
3.
if I didn't already. Did I?
I thought you did.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Yeah, it doesn't look to be in my inventory.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I moved on.
Yep.
Okay. So, do you guys have any plans for this weekend, or is this a weekend you're actually going to stay on campus?
Vincent's going to spend the weekend booby trapping all of his hiding spots.
Okay.
And if you have to spend money to get materials for that, you can do that.
I know you have disabled traps. Do you actually know how to make them?
Yeah, I think that because I made those traps with the tents.
Oh, yeah. was that an ability you had, or was that just?
Artisan, I don't remember.
One sec. Let me go through your books here. No, it wasn't anything from a book. I think I just let you make a random roll for it, and you just.
I think I
you
was
got
using
some insane number. So I said, okay, you can do it.
Well, do I even have disabled trap?
Well, it's thieves' tools is disabled traps.
So if I know how to disable them, wouldn't I know how to make them?
In theory, yes, and in theory, no. But yeah, it's you would also need different tools to put them back together than to take them apart.
True.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say making traps is an artisan skill. Disabling them is a thief skill.
Yeah.
I do have artisan's tools as a skill.
Right, but it has to specialize in something.
Oh, everyone has it, but it's not something you're proficient in
okay.
because it's not checked.
Well, he's gonna do his best.
Okay.
And
What could possibly go wrong?
he's that scared. He doesn't care.
Like I'm training to be an artisan woodworker, so.
So I guess well, are there? I haven't seen any trap building specific books in the library.
Wrong book. Okay, let me take a quick look.
I mean, I suppose he is a gnome.
Oh, it could have been from his gnome, one of his gnomish abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, ingenuity.
That's what it was. I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I let you do it.
Yeah, it's with ingenuity.
Yeah,
So,
there's a book that I found, but it's only for disabling, not for building, that you'd have access to so far.
Because I know my character wanted to get into figure out how to deal with magical traps too, but
It would be something you could speak to one of your professors about to see if they could start teaching you something about that. Or see if they had any suggestions for you.
yeah, that'll be a future thing. For now, he's focused on setting.
Just trying to do this on his own.
Yeah, just trying to do traps. But if he needs to buy tools and equipment, if he doesn't have the knowledge, he'll try to like find it so he can do that.
So if you're trying to booby trap, oh god, how many hiding spaces do you have?
I have a lot. I'm assuming because he
it's
spent
like
his
12 or 15, isn't it?
yeah, because he spends all of his time looking for new hiding spots. He's like a squirrel.
All right, I'll have you make. I think it would just be a dex check for each of them. For a basic, so are you looking for something that would actually go off, or something that would just let you know something was there?
He'd be doing for his original room that he's not going back to ever. It's just to let him know that somebody's there, and maybe cause some damage.
Oh, you're
and
just
then
never going back to your dorm room?
No, he's hanging out in all of his hiding spots.
Okay.
And then for the
You
rest of them, like, to hurt somebody if they show up.
okay? I'm gonna have you make 2 dex checks for room. One to set up the actual trap, and one to set up the thing to let you know if anybody had been there. 10 for the first one, and the other one's a 15. Okay, you got them both set. I'll deduct it from your inventory.
And he'll go buy stuff if he needs to.
I'm gonna say it's like 3 gold worth of supplies to get what you need there.
Okay.
Now for all of your hiding spots. I need my inventory list again.
And if there's like heavy traffic around any of the hiding spots he's had, he'd abandon them anyway. So that might reduce some of them.
Pretty much set up some decoy ones.
Yeah, he's going all out. Vincent paranoid mode.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I just sent you something. What is it you want to do are you trying to trap the other ones that you're not in?
I want to trap all of them. I would abandon any of my hiding spots where there's high traffic, where they might get easily exposed. But
Okay.
I would set up traps for the rest of them. Like, I could go in because I know the traps, but if somebody else went
Yeah.
in, the trap would go off and they'd get hurt or killed, maybe.
Well, good luck with that in a place where no damage can be done right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say there's going to be probably 8 spots that are not high traffic, that are less likely for people to come across. So if you're trying to trap all 8, I'll need 8 dex checks from you. All of them are DC 15. And it'll be 3 gold for every 2. You successfully trapped 3 of them. And on one of them, your trap goes off as you're setting it. And you do see the first error in your plan with that trap, as you get a bunch of spikes launched at you, and they just sort of bounce off of you.
Did it scare me when it went off?
Well, it scared you a little when you suddenly saw these spikes flying at you.
Ah, okay. Making a loud noise and surprise is a good enough signal. So
Okay.
that works.
So yeah, you've set all these traps, but only 3 of them are going to work.
Do I know the ones that aren't going to work, or am I?
No, you do not.
Okay, that's fine. In either case, I'm just going to be rotating through living in these different spots every day.
12. Okay. And I just deducted the goal applies for them. All right. So you're set. Does anybody plan on leaving the college this weekend?
Nay.
Nay. Okay. I figured as much. You guys have been gone a lot, so
Vincent will spend his whole time getting Mills from Cork and reading his book and hiding.
there we go. So we do get to the start of the next week. Let me go through and add your hours from your schedules. Vincent, I already did yours, right? Moving it over? Or was it Andrakia that I put your schedule in
You
your
moved,
journal?
yeah,
It
you
was
moved
yours.
mine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do the same for Andrakia now. Just so it's because we always kept running into that issue where it would keep refreshing as we try and change it. And I'm hoping this will fix that problem. Garden, yours is always easy, but I'm going to fix it right now anyway, just so I can see it. Quark, did I do? No, I haven't done yours yet, and I still got to do
I'm
Saul.
working on mine myself, actually.
Oh, you're adding it into your journal?
Yep.
Okay, let me just do Saul's, and then
Okay, looks like mine worked.
okay, and Saul's is in now. Okay, that so. What did you? Oh, you just called it schedule. Okay. All right, let me update these. All right. Trachei next. Gargan. Oh, Gargan's easy. Vincent. I don't have to go into anything else for yours. All right, and then it's just okay, and then just solve. Okay, so that's done. Start of the new week. Anybody have any plans this week? That they wanted to focus on, prepare for?
No, other than like going to classes and
Okay.
I mean, aside from pushing a little extra hard to complete my proficiency in nature, and to see if there's any additional like monk training I need to do.
Outside of classes and reading my book, my Vincent would
Yeah.
want to pick the brains of some of the teachers about arcane traps.
Okay, that I do need to look up one thing for.
I don't even know if I can do that with my class, but
Not that. It's going to be there, there, there. All right, let me see who you could check with. Now, Eliza is a different type of instructor. Lazar and Altira both would be able to do offer some instruction. And yeah, those two would probably be your two most reliable sources. So what is it you're trying to get out of them?
some direction as far as beginning to learn the skill of setting up those kind of traps.
So Altira will ask to see your talisman, just trying to check your access to see what she can advise you on. And upon checking it, so you just see your sort of shrug. And just basically tells you, let me see what you have for spells you actually know. She will advise that if you're trying to set an arcane trap with your abilities, the only one that really you might be able to set and have function would be your acid splash cantrip.
Well, that's a start.
But she will again advise that if you're trying to test this on campus, it won't really help that much, as you won't be able to tell if it actually is doing anything. Lazar, on the other hand, Lazar will be a little more intrigued by it. He offers to show you some tricks. Again, he will reiterate that due to the current nature of things around here, until the first of the month, there's not really much that your traps will likely do, as long as Collingsworth holds true to his word and revokes the spell that's been blocking all damage to take place at the school.
My eyes will shine brightly, and I'll just say, I'm really intrigued about this subject, and I want to learn everything that I can.
And as he goes over what you know, he suggests you look into how to enchant spells into gems. That it'll be your best bet for trying to set arcane traps and understanding the nature of different gems. So he will suggest going to the library and trying to look up books on the nature of gems to understand what gems are more likely to function with different spells and different elements.
All right, then. Outside of going to classes and hiding, Vincent will spend his time in the library doing that
I'm just
research.
going to take a quick look. You have what, level 3 access?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know if there's anything in the library that you have access to yet that would do this per se. He would suggest possibly, if you get a chance, taking a trip to the Grand Library in Alrazen, which might have some additional resources that you would be able to get your hands on.
Okay. In that case, the next time that I meet with Quark to get some chow hall food, I'll let him know that, hey, Quark, I want to go to Orizan. There's some books that I think would be helpful to me. I don't know if you all might be taking a trip next weekend out there.
Well, I do need to check in with the temple to make sure they still know I'm here.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're leaving, and I'll go along with you. And if the rest of the party wants to go, that would be cool. I'll try to stay out of the way.
My friend, you really need to cut down on the stimulants.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let him know. Any requests for your next meal?
You've been really helpful. I appreciate it so much. Here, take a couple of these, and I'm going to throw out a couple more platinum coins to him.
All right, if he's going to give up money.
Okay. So that's planned for this weekend. Anybody else have anything they need to go over?
Other than me probably heading to the there's like smithing classes and that, right?
Was this in Drakei?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see if I can pick up like maybe some smithing tools and see about if I can.
Oh, that actually I think is in is it the basic item shop? Oh no, Quartermaster Tools and Musical Instruments.
Quartermaster's tools, musical instruments.
They're currently out of smithing tools there though.
Ah.
So yeah,
Okay.
you could try and see if they have an extra set at
My best bet would go to Allers and see if there's some there,
The
right?
college's forge.
yeah, see if they could literally just make you a set. Oh, there's the Smithy Supply Shop.
I don't think I have that. Do I?
You don't take smithing classes, do you?
I do not, so I would not have access to that.
No.
But even if I went there and because that's where they do the smithing classes, correct?
Yeah. Null will let you know that he can probably get you a set in,
Mm-hmm.
ordered in either from Alberzen or having them made. It'd be 25 gold.
Mm-hmm. And if I just went straight to the smithing class and asked them to make me some same thing, or would it be more expensive?
It would only be 20 gold, but it's going to take them probably at least 5 days to do so. And he says he can probably overnight them for 25.
Well, if there's a plan to head to Alderson already, I would just wait until we go to Alderson.
Or you could do that, yeah.
Like, there's a reason then I have to go to Alderson.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the smithing recipes. It's blank. Is it supposed to be blank?
Uh,
Well, it says this new story and nothing else.
one sec, I might have to actually share it to you. I figured if it was on your sheet, it would actually just be yours. But of course, why would that work?
Well, she just loves to mess with you, that's why.
Oh no, one second.
There we go. I can see it now.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, and it tells me what I would need to do all of it. Yay.
Yeah.
For the DCs, what is that based off? My strength or?
It's based off of a smithing tools check.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what skill it correlates to. So I gotta get proficient in smithing tools then. Okay. I guess the next time I get 3 hours for skill labs, I'd probably put that into smithing.
Okay.
Because if I tried to smith any of these, it would be with disadvantage, or I just can't do it at all.
If you have the tools, you can use them.
Okay.
It wouldn't. It would be a -2 modifier if you're not proficient.
Okay. Some of these are pretty low, so.
So for you, and it would be strength based though.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
actually, let me
because
just add those on your sheet, just so even though you won't be
Cameron.
proficient.
Yep. Until I get some free skill lab hours to
Why is
associate
it not letting me just? Oh. Edit. Okay. Oh, it's up at the top. I hate how they move things around. So yeah, with your strength is based on strength, but with your strength mod and the -2 modifier, right now you would be at a straight roll of a d20.
Okay. Well, other than that, I probably would have just been keeping an eye on Mara, because after hearing nobody's really watching her. And the last time she was freaking out, what happened?
Give me a perception check.
For sure.
DC 15.
I can't catch a break today.
Okay, so you don't see her that day. Give me another check, DC 15.
Okay. Oh my god.
One more. DC
Am I
12 now.
Am I like blind or something?
You're just distracted.
Finally.
So you know where you would normally look for her. The problem is she's not sitting there. She seems to be sticking around with Bim and his buddies. And you do know one thing about that.
Is it Bim or Zim?
Bim.
Isn't that he's with Ryan Waters, isn't he?
He's the little gnome there who has the full back tattoo.
Yeah, wasn't he? I thought he was part of Ryan Waters' group.
He is.
Okay.
You do notice that he's actually looking a little different today, too. Oh, come on. Why is nothing ever easy? His clothes have changed a bit. He's gotten a few new piercings, and his eyes have gone red.
Well, that is weird.
There can be only one gnome.
Yeah, you don't really want to fight this guy.
Probably not.
Well, at least you. I think the only one that probably stand a chance on a one-on-one fight would probably be Quark. Then again, we don't know.
I mean, technically, he's a sorcerer.
Is he really? I thought he was a like a monk or a fighter.
He's a sorcerer.
This is the character I would be if I ever die.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a sorcerer who looks extremely jacked for a gnome and has a full back tattoo of a drake.
Oof.
And was one of the first people who actually, of the freshman class, besides you, actually stood up to Frederick and his buddies. Although the last time you saw them, him and Frederick actually were getting along.
Oh yeah, because they were yelling at the people leaving the
Yelling at
college.
everybody who was running away, calling them all pussies.
Yeah. So is it just been with her or the entire group?
It's his entire group, which, upon seeing them, you recognize Ryan, obviously, and now as you see them, some names are clicking where they mention Nymira and Cryella. She's basically sitting with their whole party.
She's still staring daggers at me.
No, she is not staring at you. She actually seems to actually be carrying on a conversation with Bim and Cryella, at least.
All right.
And if you're staring at them for long enough, you do notice Ryan clearly trying to chat up Nymira
Oh,
with varying degrees to success of his statements.
well, if I know she's okay, I guess I'd probably just go about my day.
Okay.
They were were they in the mess hall or?
They were in the mess hall, yes.
Okay.
It's their group usually sits more towards the middle backish area of the lunch hall,
Mhm.
whereas you were used to always seeing Mara the front quarter of the room on the side closest to the doors. So a noticeable shift in difference. Like it is much closer to the back of the room than the front and more in the middle than off to the side. Which
Do I
is
see?
part of why it was so hard to notice.
What about what time? About what time is this? Probably lunch or dinner. Or... okay,
This
Clark.
would have been breakfast, actually. So about 9 a.m.
Okay. So I'll probably grab my food and then see if there's anybody else that I recognize in the mess hall to go sit with, because I took a later breakfast than usual.
With that perception, you do see a few others that you know, especially some from your actual class courses.
But people that I don't know on a semi-personal level, I guess.
Well, there's some you would definitely have conversed with at least. There is. There is a human rogue that you know from your classes who tends to keep to himself. From what you can tell, he has not joined a party. And definitely tends to, for the most part, stick. Definitely a bit of a loner.
I was asking, like, it didn't even have to be people from my class, which is fine. I guess I'll go up to his table and ask him if he doesn't mind if I join him.
He looks at you a bit puzzled at first, but just sort of nods and just continues to sip his cup.
Okay, if he's not really willing to spark up a conversation, I'll just introduce myself as Drake Guy if he does know my name.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I thought that was Vincent talking.
Oh, aha! All right, there you go.
We're on a completely
different
storyline here.
Which would also explain why I'm like,
Talking about
Whoops.
a rogue, I was like, okay, I guess he takes a class with me. I don't know. Not all rogues do everything weird.
Your favorite person is there.
Oh, it's Borka, isn't it? With a little giggle, I'm guessing it's Borka.
It's Borka.
Oh, I guess I'll join her table. Nothing else. At least it's somebody I know. So I'm grabbing my food and sitting down. Good morning, Borka.
And you could see she has her extremely oversized halberd sort of just strapped to her back and just looks at you and just be feeble. Just throws an arm around you and slides over a mug to you. The obvious deep sting of harsh alcohol comes out of the mug towards you.
Well, it's the weekend. I'll thank her and
Oh, it's not the weekend no more.
oh, it's not the weekend no more. Oh my god, it's the first, isn't it?
It's the 13th.
Oh, well, all right. To each their own. All right, I'll just take a drink.
9 a.m. Breakfast of Champions. Just sort of cheerses with you and takes a big swig.
Well, I'll match her with the big swig. I'll say thank you. I needed that.
Uh,
Then I guess I'll
you
let.
do notice one thing about her. Her thick hide armor is now gone, and she's just wearing a loose-fitting tunic with some fur-padded shoulder pads and boots for keeping herself warm.
See, you changed up my armor quite a bit.
And she just sort of looks around and pulls you in close and I have learned new ways. And just licking her lips, salivating. I have learned to embrace my rage. Make an insight check.
Our boy is gonna have a rough night.
Yes, he is. Oh, 13.
Good enough to get the impression of what she's trying to say.
And she's multi-classed
She is
into
now
barbarian.
multi-classed into barbarian.
She was a fighter before?
Yep.
Okay. Seems to suit you.
And she sort of shoves back the fur a little bit, so her crop top tunic is very visible. It does. And she looks around. Where are your friends?
Yeah, it's late coming to breakfast. It's more or less trying to keep an eye on somebody. But they seem to be fine.
And you can see her eyes sort of scrunch up a bit. What woman?
I said they.
I thought you said she.
I corrected myself. I was like, they.
Make a wisdom check to see if you correct it yourself before or after. DC 10.
Wisdom, yay. This should be good. Like, just straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom.
Should be good. Probably not good enough.
No, DC 10.
Okay.
It wasn't very hard, but you still almost.
It's early drinking. You can forgive me for the.
Yeah, you caught yourself sort of. Did they never instead of saying a name, just they came out. So she goes and tells you about some of the adventures that her party has been on. She very excitedly tells you that they went out into Long Tier.
Oh. I'll tell her about some of the stories of our exploits, especially the one about the giant owl bear that we fought. And
you see a very different look on her face now. That fierce exterior that often comes up in the jovial. Her eyes get the size of saucers. She looks like Quark when he gives the big eyes of hearing about this owl bear, and you can see she just starts petting the fur on her shoulders, like a very different demeanor than the Borka you're used to.
Like when you say her demeanor changed, is it like fear or?
No. You know how Quark does his Puss in Boots eyes of like,
Oh, she's sad.
no,
Oh,
not really sad. It's she's hearing about this fluffy thing. She is just like, and she just starts petting the fur on the shoulders of her outfit.
She's infatuated.
She is, yes, the big, yeah, those eyes.
yeah. Okay. Mm, then I'd probably mentioning about Zin's passing. That followed shortly after we were coming back.
Zit shoved you over to her at that dance, didn't she?
No, I got to the dance first and saw
Somebody
her.
else was with you and just basically like, no, take him.
Yeah, everybody was just like, "Yeah, go ahead." Pretty much, I got there, asked about it, and she just grabbed me, and I couldn't get away. Brought me all the way upstairs into the dance, and had a dance with me for about like 20 minutes.
I thought it was longer than that, but yeah.
So
Trauma.
I can't remember how long it was. And then Gargan, being the funny guy that he is, decided to get us drinks and bring it over. No, the one that pulled me onto the dance floor was Soul after I was making fun of Zin and Soul for not dancing.
Oh, yep.
That's what it was.
I knew one of them dragged you out.
Yeah, it was Soul.
Okay. So yeah, you can see she definitely looks a little somber at your statement, and you can see she thinks for a minute and just, you have had bad luck with comrades.
More than you know. I probably mentioned about the fact of Derek gone, Sybil's gone, and
Thorin,
Soren's gone. Like it seemed
Hell.
like Pell. It just seemed, starting to seem like our party's cursed.
It's not cursed.
Well, the character would probably think that it's kind of cursed.
Yeah.
Right? We're losing people. Like, and if like, depending on how much she's paying attention, like you'd probably see in Drake like gripping his like fork or knife or whatever the hell utensil he's using at that time, like pretty tightly.
Okay.
So if anybody else wants to go.
It's like I just got to take care of one thing.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. All right. Anyone else have anything they need to do this week before we get to when you guys leave for the weekend?
Well, other than finding out if it's just me and Vincent, or is everybody going to all Roseanne?
Well, it sounds like Andraki I will be.
Yeah, because I want to see if I can get some smithing tools to start crafting items.
So
maybe
the question is on Gargan, and then if Gargan is, Saul probably would too, because she's not going to stick around by herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go mainly so he doesn't have to, go without. So absolutely.
All right.
So if Quark lets me know that They're gonna take a trip. He's gonna get a suitcase and say, "Hey, I'm gonna hide in the suitcase just to pick it up and take me with you."
Are you small enough to fit in the Jeffers bag?
Can I fit in the Jeffers bag?
You would
No.
die. It was a joke.
You can. You would only have enough air for 1 minute.
Okay. Nope.
I was just making a joke.
It would have been a great idea though. If I had a spell to give myself air.
Right?
And I'm going to give Cork a map to my active hiding spots where I'm at and where I'm going to be so that he can come pick up the bag.
Okay.
So if nothing else, I'd probably thank Borka for listening and go about my day as usual until the weekend.
If you like.
All right. So that gets us up to the morning the morning of the 18th, when you guys would be able to go on your trip. And I think we're just going to call it there.
Alrighty.
Just because there's
Okay.
not
Probably
really
a
much
lot.
point to going beyond this right now. Especially with Saul not being here to go over whatever she might be doing.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because she said she was going to be here.
Oh, actually, she had messaged that something came up and she forgot to message that she couldn't make it. But she sent me that at like 8 o'clock, so.
Gotcha.
So we're not back until what, the 19th?
It's 19th, yep.
Okay.
Any lines on any new players or no?
One sec, let me stop the recording there.
Oh, sorry.